woman like y'all was shy for leading us to another Wednesday Night Warriors class. All right, I just want to give our praise to the Most High for not taking this Holy Spirit away from me and allowing me to continue to keep pushing this truth. All right, I want to give a mighty shalom to the elect elders in Israel, all congregations, man, that's been pushing this truth for decades and decades, motivating me to keep going hard in this truth, all right, and not being faint-hearted, man, and being a soldier for the Most High God, man. Right, I want to give a mighty shalom to the Battle Axe captains, all right, Captain Benaniyah, Captain Yari, Captain Jerubbaal, shalom, brothers, all right, to the whole congregation, all the mighty soldiers in Israel, not just in the Battle Axes, but in Israel that's pushing this truth, all right, serving the ministry the best way that they can, all right, using the tools and the fruit and the talents that the Most High gave them to exalt the Most High, man. All right. The same thing go for all the sisters out here in this truth, man. All the mighty sisters, hey, married and unmarried, man. Cooking, cleaning, sewing, man. All right. Doing things of a righteous Proverbs 31 woman, man. And trying to constantly perfect to be that, man. All right. Shalom, shalom, brother Ezra. So this is part 2 of last Wednesday's class, all right? Parables and similitudes. This is part 2 of parables and similitudes, okay? This is the part 2. So let's just we're gonna do a light little recap. We're gonna do a light little recap on what we went over last week. Last week we went over sheep and who the sheep were. All right, a quick precept for this: Jeremiah 50 and 17. We went over beast, and we explained that men could be beast. Okay, even when you read in Acts chapter 10, a lot of Christians don't understand the Lord is not literally talking about animals, but He's talking about people. Shalom, shalom, brother Jonathan. All right, Battle Axe, Minnesota. All right, shalom, sister Clever Law. Shalom, sis. All right, so men can be beasts. When you read that in Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 18. All right, we went to mountains and hills. What are mountains and hills in the scriptures? All right, because it can be literal. All right, but it could be just figuratively too. So like you. All right, one precept for mountains and hills is Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 3. All right, 2 and verse 2 through 3. All right, Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 25. All right, we broke down last week waters, seas, floods. All right, water can mean doctrine, or water can be people, or a multitude of people. All right, so y'all that's in this truth and y'all trying to go into the prophets. All right, y'all going into the prophets. Y'all have to understand a lot of that stuff is similitudes and parables, man. Shalom, brother Abraham Kinsman. Hey, man, I should have called you over here. I should have called you over here. I can use a reader, man. All right, y'all gotta excuse me. I'm a little bit under the weather. I don't know if it's just me, because I know my son, some kind of stomach virus going on. I don't know what's going on. But I talked to Officer Yaakov earlier, and he's dealing with the same thing. So y'all know how Esau do be spraying the air, man. All right. So shalom, man. Y'all gonna have to excuse me, man. All right. What else did we go over last week? We went over fish. We shoot that men are fish. Sometimes when the Lord is speaking of fish, He's talking about men. All right. Quick precepts for that. You got Matthew chapter 4 and verse 19. All right. Isaiah chapter 50 and verse 2. Last week we also went over grass. Sometime in the scriptures when it's talking about grass, all right, when the Lord is referring to grass, that's talking about people also. That's Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 6 through 7. Also Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 12. Many, many precepts. So I'm just giving y'all a recap on last week. All right. I'm stuck in Wisconsin. Oh, okay. You working out? Okay. Shalom, brother Michael. All right, Michael Marshall. Shalom. All right. So last week we went over also trees. We know men are trees in the Bible. All right. What's up, Zen Finn? What's up? All right. Trees are men in the Bible. Okay, you can read that in Mark chapter 8 and verse 22, Matthew chapter 7 and verse 15 through 17, and many other precepts. All right. Last week we also went over olive trees. We know olive trees is talking about Israel, which you can get that in Jeremiah chapter 11 and verse 16 through 17. All right. Even when it talks about grafting in Romans 11, it mentions the olive tree. And olive tree is specifically Israel. I can read that in Romans chapter 11, verse 16 and 17, the whole grafting in thing. So I'm just doing a recap on the things that we touched on last week, man. All right. And if y'all didn't watch the class last week, go back and check it out, because it's important to know these little basic similitudes and what they mean, certain words, man. All right, go a long way. Shalom, sister Genesis. Shalom, excuse me, y'all. I gotta turn the AC back on. It got hot up in here. You know, I be trying to call myself trying to save some energy, but damn, it get hot in Texas, man. It wasn't as hot as it was normally. I don't think it hit like 105, 106 like it's been doing. All right, but it's still kind of warm. All right, so last week, this is a continuation of last week's class. All right, so we're gonna start off this class with a few of the same precepts. All right, shalom, brother Jose. Good to see you. All right, we're gonna start off with some of the same precepts as last week. Not that many, but just two. Let's go to Matthew chapter 13, man. Go to Matthew chapter 13, and we're gonna start at verse 9. All right, Matthew chapter 13 and verse 9. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? Because when Christ was in public, he spoke only in parables. But when he spoke to the disciples in private, he just spoke plainly to them. All right. He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So the kingdom of the mysteries of heaven are only given to the God's chosen people, the Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, shalom, sister Adele. Shalom, sis. All right, the understanding of the scriptures are only given to the so-called black man and Hispanic and Native American Indian, man. All right, shalom, sister Lydia. All right, it reads, for whosoever have to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever have not, from him shall be taken away, even that he have. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see it, because they see and see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. Because you have to understand, Christ was a so-called Negro. He was in front of a bunch of Romans, man, a bunch of Edomites, and he's out there preaching salvation. All right, so Paul was taught by Christ, because Paul was just as crafty with his words. A lot of Christians are tripped up by Paul's writing because they don't understand Paul is using dark sayings and parables, man. All right, and that's why Christians don't understand Paul's writings. All right, but the same thing with Christ. When he was out in public, he spoke in parables because it wasn't for the heathen to understand. Like I went into last week, just how we created rap music, not just rap music, but you know, all our music, all this poetry that we do, that they have dark sayings, man. Like I say, some of the like one of the top artists to me that use similitudes is like Lil Wayne. I'm not saying he's the best rapper to me, but I'm just saying how he uses dark parables and similitudes. I mean, he's very good at that. And those things come from our people, man. We've been doing that, man. All right, we've been doing that. You gotta understand, King David was an awesome songwriter, and he spoke in dark similitudes and parables, man. All right, shalom, brother Moses, if I ain't hollered at you. All right. Let's read verse 14. It says, and in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which said, by hearing ye shall hear, and ye shall not understand. Because there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of Christians, they hear the word, but they just don't get it. All right. And seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. For the people's heart is slacking. For the people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, man. Just like a Christian, you can tell them 1 John 5:3. Love is keeping the commandments right here in the New Testament. Love is keeping the laws of the Most High God. You could show them that, and they can hear it and they can see it, but they don't hear it and they don't see it, man. Like they got a damn veil over their eyes, man. And it's crazy. All right, but that should show the power of the Lord, man. We have to be happy that the Lord woke us up and gave us understanding of these scriptures, man. Hey, mama and daddy, brother, sister, they just won't get it until the Lord, or if the Lord choose to remove that veil, man. All right, this is, man, the Holy Spirit is a precious gift. All right. It says, and the eyes have they closed, lest any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and shall be converted, and I shall heal them. Okay? So you have to understand with your heart or with your mind and be converted by the laws of God. All right? What Psalm chapter 111 and verse 10 say, good understanding have all they keep the commandments. So the first thing to understand this book and the deep dark sayings and parables are keeping the commandments of God. Okay? Let's get another precept. Let's get that in Hosea, man. How Lord speak to us in dreams, even in our dreams, man. All right. Sometimes we have the craziest dreams, and we're like, damn, what the hell was that all about? All right. Just all kind of weirdness, and you know you don't understand, man. All right. And that's another class, but you shouldn't stress yourself out over dreams too. But dreams can be interpreted, but there's not something you dwell on and base your life around a damn dream that you had. You might have had a dream that you won a damn lottery. Now you go and you spend your whole damn paycheck on damn lottery tickets and lose. All right, and lose all your money, and now you can't pay your damn rent, man, because you were following a damn dream, man. Okay, so that's another topic though. All right, let's get Hosea chapter 12 and verse 10. Just a few precepts that we started out with last week. Hosea 12 and 10, it says, I have spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions, and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets, man. So that same thing goes for the New Testament, man. Christians don't understand that, man. The Lord isn't literal all the time. All right? The prophets, a lot of prophets in the New Testament, some things are literal, and some things, hey, you have to use the Spirit to guide you and use spiritual discernment, man. All right, and that's what Christians don't have, man, and Muslims. All right, 2nd Ezra chapter 8, man. Let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 8, and we're gonna start at verse 2. It says, "I will tell thee a similitude, Ezra, as that's when Ezra was speaking to the archangel. All right, it says, I will tell thee a similitude, Ezra, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold, whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that cometh, that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world. There be many created, but few shall be saved." So there's just one example on how the Lord spoke to the prophets in similitudes and visions. And like I say, that's why we go back to when you go to Acts chapter 8, all right. And the Lord sent down the knitted sheet. I should go over that. All right. And it had all the clean and unclean animals, man. The Lord told them eat. All right. And Paul told the Lord, "Nay, Lord, I never eat anything that's unclean." All right. And then when you jump down, what Christian is saying, you jump down with the Acts chapter 22 or 28, I think it's 22. It lets you know that those creatures represent men. All right, and that's going into our northern kingdom brothers that were cast out, man. So what I'm saying, hey, these Christians, they don't have a damn clue on what's going on, man. All right, Queen Latifah Network, who have the Queen Latifah syndrome? What the hell is Queen Latifah syndrome, man? All right, and I went over there. I think somebody came in the chat whose name was Queen. Queen, actually, the etymology of Queen goes back to whore. It goes back to being a whore, man. The highest status of a woman in Israel is a princess, man. All right. So Israel, we have princesses, and we have princes, and we have kings, man. Okay. Queen Latifah. All right. But let's move on. All right. Let's get another precept. Let's get Job chapter 11 and verse 6. Let's get Job 11 and verse 6, man. All right. This is the book of Job chapter 11 and verse number 6. It says, "And that he would shew thee the secrets of wisdom, that they are double to that which is. Know therefore that God exacted of the less than thine iniquity deserved," man. So the Lord first of all right, the Lord say everything that's in this book, the secrets that they are double to which they are. Like I said, you could be reading Exodus. You read Exodus, and it's a wonderful story, man. But there's another story behind that story, and Christians don't understand that. All right, and that's why it's important with these similitude classes that I'm bringing out. It's going to help you out to be able to break that meat down in the Bible. Y'all that's coming off the milk, and you want a little bit deeper understanding. First of all, you have to have the milk to even get to the meat. You can't give a baby a steak. The baby gonna choke. Okay, so you know you kind of gotta chew that meat up and feed it to the baby, man. All right, so that's what we're doing. We gradually getting into the deeper things of the scriptures, man. Right? We getting into the deeper things of the scriptures. Let's get one more on that. Let's get Wisdom of Solomon chapter 8 and verse 8. Hey, Shalom, brother Mar. Shalom. All right, let's get what is it? Yeah, let's get Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 8. Let's get Wisdom of Solomon chapter 8 and verse 8. Give y'all one more precept on how the Lord uses visions and similitudes. Okay, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 8 and verse 8. It says, if a man desire much experience, all right, she knoweth things of old. So you have to know things of old. You need to know the Old Testament. You can't cast away the Old Testament and think that you understand the scriptures. That's why Christians are bugged the hell out, man. All right, if a man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old, and conjureth, Salakia, and conjureth aright what is to come. She knoweth the subtleties of speeches, and can be expounded dark sentences. For she foreseeth signs and wonders, and the events of seasons and times, man. And this is going into wisdom, man. All right, and having wisdom as your partner, man. All right, it's gonna help you to break down those deep, dark things of the scriptures. And so we're gonna touch on Genesis. All right, hey, if y'all didn't watch Captain Jerubbaal's class last Shabbat, his class kind of lined up with the parable and similitude class I did last week and this week, because he broke down. He did a great job on breaking down the valley of the dry bones. He broke down Ezekiel chapter 37, man. And like I said, that's one of my favorite parables, man. I love the Valley of Dry Bones, man. When I heard he was doing that class, I got excited. You know what I'm saying? And I did a great job breaking it down. So y'all can go back and watch Saturday's Shabbat class, and that'll give you a deeper understanding on what I'm doing now. All right, and it's showing you it shows you how a skillful man break down the scriptures. You have to break these similitudes down, man. You know, hey, there's no private. What's that? 1 Peter 1 and 20. There's no private interpretation of the scriptures, man. You have to be a learned man, all right, to break these things down, and you need somebody to teach you, man. Y'all have to have learned people to teach y'all these scriptures, all right. But let's go on, man. Let's move on. So at this point, yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into Revelation, man. Let's go to Revelation chapter 3. No, not Revelation. You know what, y'all? Not Revelations. Let's go to Genesis chapter 3, man. Not Revelation, but Genesis chapter 3. All right, we're gonna break down a little of this Adam and Eve, because when we grew up. All right, first of all, I think Adam and Eve was two Edomites. All right, and we thought they saw a snake came slithering up. All right. A snake came slithering up and told Eve, hey, come eat this apple. Come eat this apple, right? And then you took an apple off the tree and bit it, and she bit the apple and was enlightened, okay? But that's only half the truth, man. All right, so we're gonna break this thing properly, man, down properly. These are the things Christians don't understand. Adam and Eve wasn't ass naked walking around the garden, and Eve just walking around just damn bouncing around, man. All right, no. Okay, so let's go there. Let's go to Genesis chapter 3, and we're going to start at verse number 1. All right, and it reads, the beast, it says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, have God said, ye should not eat of the tree of the garden, man. You should not eat of the. So that beast. So was this snake a literal snake? I'm gonna ask y'all in the chat, and y'all can answer. Was this snake a literal snake? And if the snake wasn't a literal snake, could you give me a precept? Because if y'all watched the class last week, it should be key words hitting y'all. That's right, Sister Mary Houston. All right, that's right. Does anybody have a precept? I'm gonna read it. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. And the field is going into the earth too. There's precepts for that too. All right. Just one precept. What's the precept for beast, man? What did y'all go to precept for beast? All right, I'm gonna give y'all a few more seconds and then I'm gonna just get it real quick because this is the beast thing was last class, but you have to watch last class to kind of understand what's going on if you don't know what's going on. All right, if you only have a that's right, brother Ezra. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 18, man. All right, so we're gonna grab that. So y'all have to understand that who this beast was, and this was not a literal snake or a literal beast. All right. But this Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse number 18, it says, I said in my heart concerning the estates of the son of men. All right, men. All right, that God might manifest them and that they might see that they themselves are beasts. So when the Lord talking about beast in the Bible, talking about being overcome by beast, it could be talking about a literal beast, but it could be talking about a wicked individual. Okay, another precept for that is 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 12. All right, that's another precept for beast. Okay, so now let's go back to Genesis. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of a field. We know serpents are deceptive. All right, they sneaky. That's why the Lord chose a serpent. Because a serpent kind of sneak up on you. A serpent been to snuck up on you and bit you before you even knew it, man. All right, and that's how Satan operate, man. All right, that's how the spirit of Satan operate, man. All right, like I say, sometimes them damn demons just jump out on you, man. You at home chilling. You at home chilling. All of a sudden, all hell break loose. It's like I say, it's like a scary movie, man. How sneaky Satan is. Because you be having a great day. Everything is all good. And you know, it's like walking through that dark house. You kind of take your time. You know the kill. You watching the movie, you hear the violins in the movie. And the person's just sitting there walking, and then Jason jump out with the damn knife, man. He jump out with the damn machete and just start hacking, man. That's how these spirits are, man. They just come out the blue. That's why y'all have to always be ready for these beasts or for these serpents, man. Because they'll take you out just like they took out Adam and Eve, man. All right. So anyways, excuse me for the rant. It says, and now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord had made. And he said unto the woman, ye have God said, ye should not eat of every tree in the garden. Right? Let's keep reading. Verse 2. It says, and the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. Now, did it say apple? Did it say where did the apple come from, man? It's just all the lies that Esau has taught us, man. We have truly lost our way as our people, man. When you have to understand, when you're reading the Bible, it's like it's like listening to your favorite rap song, man. Your favorite rap song got all kind of parables and similitudes in it. You have to look at this book like that, man. But where does it say apple? It says fruit. What are fruit? Does anybody have a precept for fruit? All right, fruit. And I mean, there's plenty. It said, I'm gonna read verse 2 and 3. It says, and the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, ye should not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. Because we know the wages of sin is death, right? All right, it's Romans 6:23, right? All right. So what kind of fruit? What is the fruit similitude for? Okay. In fact, you fellas, yeah, that's a good precept, Ezra. What's that? Dan, do I got that? Okay, because we're gonna go there. Second Ezra's, what's that? 9 and 31. Okay, so fruit goes into your works. All right, fruit goes into your works. Okay, that's your fruit in the Bible. What are trees in the Bible? Does anybody have a precept for trees? Does anybody have a precept for trees? What are these trees in the garden, man? All right, y'all, somebody give me a precept for trees, man. These are things that we went over last week. This is a continuation of last week's class. Hey, when you see trees in the Bible, what is it talking about, man? Anybody got a precept for the trees, man? All right. Mark chapter 8 and verse 22 through 24. That's right, soldier Ezra. So if y'all don't have these precepts, write these things down, man. Let me let my dog out, man. If y'all don't have these precepts, write these things down. All right, write these precepts down. So the trees that's in the garden, let's read verse 2, Genesis 3 and 2. It says, and now the woman said unto the serpent, ye may eat the fruit of the trees of the garden. So those trees were peoples or nations. Okay? These were men. Okay? Now let's get that precept for fruit. Let's get the one Ezra got. Let's get that one Ezra got. Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 31. Let me see what Ezra got, man. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse number 31. 2nd Ezra chapter 9. Is that 8 or 9? Yeah, 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 31. It reads, for behold, I sow my law in you, and it shall bring fruit in you, man. You see that? All right. So fruit, good fruit, goes into the law, statutes, and commandments of God, man. All right. It says, for behold, I sow my law in you, and it shall bring fruit in you, and ye shall be honored in it forever, man. So we're supposed to keep the laws. That's the fruit that we're supposed to be eating. We're supposed to be eating the laws of God, man. All right, or keeping the commandments, brother Ezra. That's a damn good precept. Yeah, I gotta add that in my Bible. Let's get another one for fruit. Let's get Matthew chapter 7. Let's get Matthew chapter 7 and verse 15. Is Molly upstairs? Yeah. All right, let's get Matthew chapter 7 and verse 15. All right, get that real quick using that new Swizzard. All right. Matthew chapter 7, and we're going to start at verse number 15. And it reads, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. You should know them by their fruits, because you're going to know a false prophet by their fruits. All right? How do you know a fake prophet? All right? From a real prophet. There's a lot of answers to that. Because the fruit of a real prophet, you can find that in Malachi chapter 2 and verse 7. All right. Okay, because it's going to tell you that the prophets should be speaking the laws of God. So you know a true prophet if they're speaking the laws of God. And you can tell a true prophet by how they dress and how they behave if they're keeping the commandments, man. All right. So verse 16, it says, ye should know them by their fruits, man. And look at T.D. Jakes. T.D. Jakes is out here partying with Diddy, man. Man. He just want to party with, you know how Diddy say, why don't you party with me, T.D. Jakes? T.D. Jakes, why won't you party with me? And now you see T.D. Jakes partying with damn Diddy. What kind of fruit is y'all pastor showing, man? All right. So fruit, that's a great precept, Ezra. All right. That fruit, that 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 31 is keeping the commandments of God. All right. Matthew chapter 7 verse 15, it says, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. You should know them by their fruits. It says, do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? All right, because we know grapes, because we know thorns don't grow on a grapevine, man. So if you picking fruit and there's thorns on there, hey man, it's something ain't right with that, man. All right, the same thing with people, man. All right, they say inward, it says on the outside they look like a sheep, but on the inside it's a damn wolf, man. Hey, if it bark like a dog and it quack like a duck, it's a damn duck. If it bark like a dog, it's a dog, man. Okay? And some of us go through life and we deal with certain individuals, man. All right, and we got to have mercy on our brothers and sisters, but we deal with certain individuals and they look how sweet and look how nice and look how innocent, but then they turn around and bite you in the ass, man. You be like, damn, brother or sister, why'd you do that to me? And then they turn around and be all nice and sweet, and then you forgive them, man. What you supposed to get, but hey, man, y'all gotta, hey, people are known by their works and by their fruits, man. And you gotta have a pattern of good works, man. If you got a damn apple tree, man, you damn got this apple tree. You know, I got an apple tree in the backyard, all right? But every time I go and pluck a fruit off the tree, it's a damn lemon, man. That means that apple tree is not an apple tree, it's a damn lemon, man. So your fruits goes into works. Trees are men, and your fruit, the fruit of your tree are your works that come out of you, man. All right? You have to understand that. Verse 17, it says, even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit. Good trees bring forth good fruits. You can tell the good fruits because you see that tree keeping the commandments. Okay? It says, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. So somebody just constantly, even you can check a person even by their mouth and by the things that they say. And people are always talking about booty all the time. Talking about all the time. Just booty. All right? And breast. All right? And penis, man. All right? You have to wonder, hey, what's on the inside of that person is dirty, man. Hey, and if you catch yourself being one of them people, hey, man, you got to kind of check your spirit. All right? The Lord said either you're going to be hot or either you're going to be cold, man. Right? Verse 18, it says, a good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit. Neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire, man. So trees represent men and the fruits are our works. So you have to keep that mindset when you read Genesis, man. When you read Genesis. All right? The trees in the garden were nations and people. And the fruit were the ways of those people, the philosophies and the doctrines of those people. Okay? That's what that's going into. All right? It says, wherefore, by their fruits ye shall know them. The Lord, and this is red letter. All right? So let's go back to Genesis now that we have that understanding. All right? Genesis chapter 3, and let's just start at verse 2. It says that the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees, meaning take the philosophy of Esau. We're going to take the philosophy of Esau, okay? We're going to be damn part of the damn Fruit Loop game. I want to be a Fruit Loop, man. I want to be a Fruit Loop with all these damn different colors, and damn, I want to marry a damn man, okay? That's eating the fruit of other nations or these other trees, man. All right, just to give y'all an example, that goes many ways, man. Okay? That's going into keeping your birthdays, man. All right? It says, but the fruit of tree, it says, but the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. That's what Esau say to you. Go ahead and celebrate your birthday, man. It's okay. You know, God know your heart. All right, we ain't gonna go to Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 9, man. But your heart is deceitful and wicked. All right, verse 4, it says, and the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. But God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all, man, just that root of wickedness, man. You know what I'm gonna use? I'm gonna use pornography. I'm gonna use pornography, man. Okay, because you know, even me as a young kid, I was exposed to that stuff early, and even as a young kid, and then just you know, that's, hey man, we gotta watch our children, man. All right, straight up. But having knowledge and having that kind of knowledge, that knowledge of evil and that knowledge of wickedness, that's what that's going into, man. That's the knowledge of good and evil, man. We didn't know sin at that time, man. The Lord say, stay away from these people. They're gonna teach you how to do. They damn gonna teach you how to have orgies and all these abominable things, man. But even like I say, even with porn, man, just okay. It start off with just one little thing, and you like, damn. And it's just opened up this whole world. Especially, just imagine when we were kids, we didn't have cell phones. We had like magazines, and you know, you had the same damn magazine. I'm just being real. All right, that your damn daddy had at the damn back of the closet. He ain't hide it good enough and had a whole damn stack of them, man. All right, but just think about our children today and the knowledge and the wisdom and the power that's in the palm of their damn hand. Our children are going crazy, man. Damn, man, our children are eating from the tree of good and evil every day, man. It's not just pornography, it's all kind of things, man. They all on the damn dark web. All kind of crazy things, man. All kind of craziness, man. Right? our children are introduced to selling dope, you know, because it's a fast way to make money. These are the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil, man. All right, that goes many ways. All right, so once Eve saw that and her eyes was open, she like, damn, we can do it. And it makes me feel powerful. Being a nigga woman, man. Eve instantly turned into a nigga woman, man. All right, and now she wants to rule over her husband, man. Eating from the tree of good and hey, that even goes into feminism and wickedness, man. All right, but let's move on. All right, verse 5 it says, "For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil," man. I want to go deep on that, okay? But with that fruit thing, there's, man, let's get another fruit precept, man. Let's get Galatians chapter 5 and verse 25, man, because I kind of skipped. All right, I skipped a bunch of fruit precepts, but we got the basics on what that fruit was, man. All right, we're not supposed to eat the fruit of wickedness, man. All right, let's go to Galatians chapter 5. We're not supposed to eat the fruit of wickedness, but the fruit of righteousness, which Ezra brought out in 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 31. All right, but right now we're going to go to Galatians real quick. Galatians chapter 5 verse 22. All right, it's the book of Galatians. What is that? Ephesians, Salakia. Let me see. Salakia, y'all. Salakia. Salakia, y'all. 1 second. Galatians 5 and 22. Tripping. It's the book of Galatians, chapter 5 and verse 22. All right. But I'm in Ephesians. Why am I confusing myself? Tripping. Galatians 5 and 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith, man. All right. So what's the precept for love? All right. 1 John 5 and 3, keeping the commandments. That's just one. Okay. That's the fruit of the Spirit. Peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith, man. All right. What's the precept for faith? Hebrews chapter 11 and verse number 1. All right. Let's get 2 Ezra chapter 3 and verse 20 real quick, though. 2 Ezra chapter 3 and verse 20. See what the precepts. I got it written right there. 2 Ezra chapter 3 and verse 20. It says, "And yet tookest thou not away from them a wicked heart, and the law might bring forth fruit in them," man. So we're gonna take away the wicked heart. We're gonna take away that damn tree that Eve took their fruit on, man. Fruit off of. They gave her a wicked heart in the mind to go the hell off, man. All right, when she started celebrating damn Independence Day, the 4th of July. All right, when she started celebrating Easter and damn Christmas. That's taking the philosophies of these other nations, man. And that's going to hell out. Let's go back to Genesis, all right? Let's go back to Genesis. All right. Let's go to Genesis chapter 3 and let's read verse 4. We're going to read verse 4 again. It says, and the serpent said unto the woman, "You should not surely die." Okay? For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye should be as gods, knowing good and evil. So even when you saying eat, it said but. Officer Barakai, but it says they ate the fruit, right? Okay, but what does it mean to eat in the Bible, man? All these little words mean something. What does it mean to eat in the Bible? Does anybody have a precept for eat? Does anybody have a precept for eat? So we can show Christians that Eve didn't really literally eat a fruit off the tree. All right? Come on. That Eve didn't eat an apple, man. All right? Let's get Matthew chapter 4 and verse 4, man. This is one of my go-to precepts for eat, man. When it says in the scriptures, eat. When the Lord told Ezekiel in Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 1 through 3 to eat this roll, we're going to get that next, man. Because we have to eat these scriptures. Just because the Lord say eat, it doesn't mean, even in Acts chapter 10, when the Lord told Paul to eat the unclean, That didn't literally mean food. The animals wasn't literally animal. They were people. And to eat, it means to take of their ways, man. All right. Let's get Matthew chapter 4 and verse 4 real quick. All right. Matthew chapter 4 and verse 4. Salakia. The page is sticky. It's the book of Matthew chapter 4 and verse 4. It reads, but he answered and said, it is written. This is Christ. But he answered us, man, let's read up. Because this is when Christ was being tempted by Satan, man. And we have to have the same spirit as Christ, man. All right. We have to break things down with the book. All right. We have to go back to the law. All right. This is Matthew chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, then was Yahushua led up of the spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterwards at hunger. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of God, command these stones be made bread. That's what Satan told Christ. He just fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. So yeah, he was physically hungry. All right. He was physically hungry. And Satan knew that. This is how the tempter works, man. All right. But he answered and said, it is written. That means this is written in the book. This is written in the Old Testament. Man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God, man. Okay? So we have to eat these scriptures, man. We can't just live off bread, man. We have to feed our spirit. Okay? So Adam and Eve, that fruit that they were feeding their spirit wickedness, man. The same way we feed our spirit wickedness. By some of the things we listen to and some of the things we watch on TV, watching damn Tyler Perry movies all damn day when they promote damn effeminate men and homosexuality and damn dominant nigga women. All right? And that poisons our mind. And we're eating these things. We absorbing these things into our spirit, man. Y'all have to understand that, man. We have to feed our spirit the scriptures also. We in the world all day just soaking up, man. We literally in the valley of dry bones, man. We're in the valley of the shadow of death. Is all around us, man. So we have to make sure that we stay in the light and eat thereof, okay? Let's get another eat precept. Let's get Job, man. This is one of my favorites too. Job chapter 23 and verse 12, man. Salaki, y'all, the stream tripping. So when Adam and Eve ate, all right, it's going into eating the philosophies of the doctrines of these other nations that were right round about. All right. So yeah, let's get Job chapter 23. All right, and we're gonna read verse 12. All right, it reads, man, I want to read up. I'm gonna read verse 11. It says, my foot have held his steps, his way have I kept and not declined. Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food, man. All right, Job wasn't worried about eating. You know, Job was fasting, man. All right, and that's why we fast. You know, that's why we fast, because it helps us to put out the flesh. All right, and we put on the spirit, and we fast, and we're afflicting our flesh, and we eat these scriptures, man. All right, so to eat of the fruit is going into eating the fruit of other nations, or it means you taking on somebody else's doctrine, man. So that's what's going on in Genesis chapter 3. All right, I'm just giving y'all a light breakdown of Genesis chapter 3 because it really go harder than that, but I'm just keeping it light. All right, let's go ahead and get that Ezekiel. Let's go ahead and get that Ezekiel chapter 3 real quick. Let's get that Ezekiel chapter 3. All right, Ezekiel chapter 3. I'm gonna start at verse 1. Moreover, he said unto me, son of man, eat thou what thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. And it's not talking about a damn dinner roll, man. You know, we got some brothers out there. The Lord told me to go eat a roll. So they go in their freezer and then put bread in the oven, man. The Lord say, eat this roll, man. Now, a roll, it's like a scroll, man. Y'all know like a scroll, and it's rolled up. Hey, we're not rolling blunts, but I'm just saying, a scroll is rolled up. Hey, eat this roll, man. Right? Eat this roll. That's what the Lord is commanding Ezekiel. All right? It says, so I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat the roll, man. All right? And y'all have to open y'all mouth and eat these scriptures daily, man. All right? It's good for your spirit. It says, and he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill my bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. But they say, man, but they was talking about a real dinner roll because, they put butter and they put honey on it, right? They put honey on it, right? But even honey is a similitude in the scriptures, and this is where Christians are lost. Okay, so let's just touch that. Let's just touch that for a second while we're here. Okay, let's get Proverbs chapter 24. All right, we're gonna go into this honey. All right, and we're gonna show y'all that this is not literal food, man. It's spiritual food. All right, but it's not literal. Man, this damn puppy move, man. All right, that's Satan, man. I'll tell you. All right, let's get there in Proverbs chapter 24, man. Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 13. It reads, My son, eat thou honey, because it is good, and the honeycomb, which is sweet to thy taste. So shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul. What is knowledge? What is wisdom, man? All right, let's go into the keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what's honey. That's what's sweet to you, okay? All right. It says, so shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul. When thou hast found it, then there shall be a reward, and thy expectation should not be cut off, man. All right, so we have to eat this roll. We have to eat these scriptures. We have to eat honey, man, which is the knowledge. Y'all remember when y'all first came into this truth and understood that y'all was Israelites? Man, it was the sweetest thing. But then when it went down to the belly, and you understood the deeper things in the scriptures, it was bitter to your belly or to your mind, man. Your belly is going into your mind, man. Okay? When you realize Jacob's trouble is coming and how we're going to be persecuted. Okay? All right. We got maybe missed the damn precept. Which precept you Ezra? What precept you looking for? We just read Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 13, Ezra. All right. If not, you gotta rewind. You gotta rewind or just watch it, rewatch it later. All right. Let's get one more eat precept. Let's get Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 14 real quick. Let's get one more eat precept, man. We breaking down this Genesis chapter 3, man. Adam and Eve being naked and in the garden and eating apples. All right. It's all lies, man. It's all lies. The things that we have learned in this world growing up as Christians are all lies fed to us by the so-called white man, all right, to keep the Israelites asleep and to keep us dumb and keep us hungry and spiritually hungry, man, and spiritually thirsty. Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 14. Damn, how did I get into Ecclesiastes? Salaki, y'all. New Bible, man, new Bible. I've been trying not to rip the pages in this one, man. My other one ripped up. Isaiah chapter 7 and verse number 14. It reads, Therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. All right, it's going into Christ, all right? It says, butter and honey shall he eat, that he may know to refuse evil and choose good. He ate butter and honey, taught him how to refuse evil and to choose good. So does that mean when you go to a grocery store, you get a big tub of butter, you get a spoon, and you just start eating the damn butter because it's going to teach you from good to evil? No, honey and butter is going into the commandments of the Most High God, man. All right? The Lord constantly ate these scriptures, man. Ezekiel was eating this roll, man. And y'all have to eat this roll too. Adam and Eve got to eating wickedness, man. Right? Now, let's go back to Genesis chapter 3. Let's go back to Genesis chapter 3, and we're going to start at verse 6. And it says, And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat, man. All right, so man, we got to stop being suckers for the damn, man, I mean, our women are beautiful, man, but hey, Adam himself was taken down by a woman, man. All right. It says, and the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. And I'm gonna tell you, Captain Jerubbaal kind of went over this too, man. Did a great class. I'll tell you, man, y'all go check it out. Ezekiel 37, man. All right, he did a great class. So right here, this is another breakdown for y'all Christians. If y'all, man, y'all write these precepts down so you can break these things down and Meemaw, man. Meemaw and Pawpaw now, man. I mean, Meemaw and Pawpaw, I mean, they might not listen to you, but hey, at least you have the knowledge. At least you have the milk and you have the honey and the butter, man. All right. So I'm going to read this. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 7. It says, and the eyes of them were both open, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. So how were they naked? Was Adam and Eve ass naked in the garden, man? Can somebody break that down to me? Why was Adam and Eve, Adam just walking around swinging and banging, man? All right, swinging and banging and just hanging, man. Was Adam and Eve naked? Somebody in the chat, give me a precept for naked. This is something that we went over last Wednesday. All right, Exodus 23 and verse 25. Soldier Ezra is on point, man. That's the precept for naked. Naked literally means you're in sin. That's right, Brother Jonathan. It means that you're in sin. All right. And Brother Jonathan, I don't know if you driving, but if you ain't driving, yeah, that naked precept is one that you need, man. You should write that one down. Shalom, Sister Elaine. All right. All right. So being naked means that you're in sin. Okay. The precept for naked and how Adam and Eve was naked, you're going to go to Exodus chapter 32 and verse 25, man. Exodus chapter 32 and verse number 25. All right. Let me see what else. Let's get Job chapter 33. You know what? Let's get 2 Chronicles chapter 28 and verse 19. This is another precept for naked, y'all. This is another precept for naked. All right. If y'all don't have this one, Ezra, you can write this one down too if you ain't busy. All right. 2 Chronicles chapter 28 and verse number 19. This is another precept for naked. It says, for the Lord brought Judah low because Ahaz, king of Israel, for he had made Judah naked and transgressed sore against the Lord. They were naked. The land of Israel was naked, man. Israel was naked because of the transgression. What is transgression? What is transgression, man? I'm finna prove to y'all that naked means that they were in sin. So what does transgression mean? All right, let's get 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. Hey, you have to read this book precept upon precept, line upon line to get the understanding, man. All right, we're gonna prove without a shadow of a doubt, okay, with 2 or 3 witnesses, okay, that being naked means being in sin, man. All right. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4. It says, whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is a transgression of the law, man. All right. And then when you read 2 Chronicles chapter 28 verse 19, it says, for the Lord brought Judah low because of Ahaz, king of Israel, for he had made Judah naked and transgressed sore against the Lord. So when you're naked, when Adam and Eve was naked, it just means that they sinned, man. It didn't mean that they were out there naked, man. All right, just kind of, free balling it, man, or just however that you want to put it. All right, that was not the case, right? Let's get man, let's get, okay. You know what? Let's go to Genesis chapter 3. Let's go back to Genesis. Let's go back to Genesis, man. We really just about done with this class, man. We down to just about done. We got like 5, 6 more precepts, man. All right, Genesis chapter 3. Not unless more precepts just pop up in my mind. All right. Genesis chapter 3. And let's start at, you know what? Let's get Job chapter 3 and verse 31 first, man. Job 3 and 31. I like getting Job in this Bible for some reason. Let's get another precept. Job chapter 31 and verse 33. Job chapter 31 and verse number 33. It reads, if I covered my transgressions as Adam by hiding my iniquity in my bosoms. Okay? So when Adam and Eve covered themselves with fig leaves, they were trying to cover their sins. It didn't mean that they were literally naked. And like Captain Jerubbaal broke down, if you know what a fig leaf is small. So you can't really cover much with that, man. Okay? You know how brothers and sisters trying to cover up their damn transgressions. All right? You know, you out here in this world, you damn being wicked, and you think, you know, you're gonna patch it up with damn paying alms or something, man. All right, y'all gotta remember, y'all have to that's right, Soldier Donovan. 30 more precepts for everybody. All right, 30 more precepts for everybody. Okay, but when Adam and Eve used fig leaves, they were just using a cheap way to try to cover their sins up, man. But they were still damn ass naked. It's just like wearing a damn bikini or something, man. But you got to understand, this is spiritual. This is not literal nakedness. It's just their sins, all right? There's only one way to cover your sins, man. And that's with sacrifice, and we're going to touch that in just a second, okay? We're going to touch that in just a second. Let's go back to Genesis, all right? Chapter 3. And let's read I'm going to read verse 7 again. It says, and the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed together fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. And they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool day. All right. And Adam and his wife hid themselves. All right. And even this is deep, even within itself. Because we know that the Most High God don't get off his throne. This is showing that there were even prophets back then, man. All right, this was a prophet, man, that was walking through this was the voice of the Lord, man. This is a vessel of the Most High. Okay, if y'all that have ears can hear, man. All right, verse 8 it says, and they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden. All right, in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves in the presence of the Lord God amongst the trees of the garden. So Adam and Eve, they were just trying to hide in between the people. They saw the prophet speaking out, looking for them. All right? And they hid themselves within the nations, man. That's what this is what this is going into. All right? And the Lord God called unto Adam and said unto him, where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked and I hid myself. He was in sin, man. So he hid himself, man. Just like when Jonah was running from the Lord, he was in transgression just by even running. The Lord telling you to do something and you do the opposite. All right, thinking that the Lord don't know where you are. All right. Jonah tried to hide himself amongst the trees, amongst these other heathen. He on this ship sailing away from Nineveh, man, trying to get the hell away. All right, and the Lord caught him up amongst all them trees, man, right? And he got cast into the damn sea and swallowed by a whale, man. Even all these things, they literally happen, but even that in itself, there's similitudes behind it, all right, and double meanings, okay? Verse 11, it says, and he said, who told thee thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? You weren't supposed to be taking the philosophies of Esau. You weren't supposed to be taking the philosophies of this damn Chinese man. Now you celebrating Chinese New Year. Or these damn Elamites. Now you a damn Buddhist. The Lord said, no, Israel is supposed to eat off of our trees. Which is these scriptures, which is the law, statutes, and commandments. And the person is known by their fruit, because you a tree. All right? You can tell an Israelite instantly on the street by how he walking and what he's wearing. He got fringes on. It's the first thing that you see. You can tell an Israelite in a store because of his fruit. Israelite in the store, you know, they got to get your glasses and you read every ingredient. It take an Israelite a long time to shop because we looking at every damn ingredient, man. Because Esau got pork and abomination in every damn thing. All right? So let's move on, man. So we know that Adam and Eve were naked because they were in transgression of the law. Okay? And then they sewed on fig leaves trying to cover their sins up. All right, but let's see how the Lord handled that, man. All right, let's see how the Lord handled that. My goodness. Let's get Genesis chapter 3 and verse 21. Let's jump to verse 21. It says, unto Adam also and to his wife did the Lord make coats of skin and clothe them. So the Lord removed their fig leaves, all right, which was covering partial. They sin busting out all everywhere. They all out of damn order, all right. And he clothed them with coats of skin, all right, of animals. So y'all, this is the first animal sacrifice in the Bible, man. Okay, when you read about a lot of times you read about animals dying and stuff like that, that's going into sacrifice, man. Hey, you have to know the law to even break down these parables, man. You have to know like even the Levitical law, man. When it goes to these sacrifices, man. In the day of the Lord's sacrifice, all right. It's in the day of the Lord's sacrifice. You know, it's gonna be his sword is gonna be bathed in the fat of lambs, man. All right, you know, lambs are going into Israelites in the fat of oxen, man. So he's not literally talking about animals. He's talking about sacrificing damn people. Y'all have to understand, to get the deeper understanding of these Bibles, first of all, you have to keep the commandment. You have to keep the commandments. You have to take in the milk and do a lot of reading and studying, man. And y'all have to find y'all a learned brother, all right, a learned brother to break these things down to y'all. So verse 21, it says, unto Adam also and to his wife did the Lord make coats of skin and did clothe them, man. All right. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 37. This is something that Captain Jerubbaal touched on last Saturday, man. Let's just gonna touch just the valley of dry bones. We're gonna touch one verse. All right. Let's Ezekiel chapter 37, and we're gonna start at verse 5. It says, thus saith the Lord God unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. You brothers in the chat, what is breath? Because after we read this precept, and after we break down the clothes and how the Lord was clothing your sins, because to atone for your sins, you would slaughter animals. All right. So that's what the Lord clothed them with coats of animals. Okay. But we're going to have to break down that breath. What is the breath of God? It says, thus saith the Lord God unto these bones, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. And I will lay sinews upon you. Those are ligaments for your bones, okay? And will bring upon you flesh. All right. It says, bring up flesh upon you. All right. That means that I'm going to cover your sins the same way that he did in Genesis chapter 3 and verse 21. All right. When the Lord brings flesh upon you, he's covering your sins, man. He's covering your transgressions. All right. He's giving you the commandments back, man. He's giving you the law, statutes, and commandments and charging you to keep them. All right. It says, and cover you with skin and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord, man. Okay. Damn, it was another one. It was another one, man. Let's get in fact, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, man. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 and verse 24. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 and verse number 24. And it reads, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passes and goeth through, it says, and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. It's talking about wisdom. For she is the breath of the power of God and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore, can no defiled thing fall into her. So when it's talking about the breath, when you see breath in the Bible, all right, you have to think knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It says wisdom is the breath of God. When the Lord blew breath into Adam, man, the Lord didn't go and blew breath. Adam was already created, but he was a dead man because he wasn't keeping the commandments, man. Okay? So the breath of God is going into wisdom. Let's get Sirach chapter 24 and Let's get Sirach 24 and verse 1, man. Let's get Sirach 24 and 1. All right. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 24, and verse number 1. It reads, wisdom shall praise herself and shall glory in the midst of her people. In the congregation of the Most High shall she put her, it says, shall she open her mouth and triumph before his power. I came out of the mouth of the Most High and covered the earth as a cloud, man. So wisdom comes out of the mouth of the Most High. When the Lord blew breath into Adam, he blew his laws, statutes, and commandments into Adam. Okay? So when you see breath, it's talking about the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, man. Trying to give y'all to understand the deeper meaning of these scriptures. So when y'all read it, y'all won't be lost. Let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 3 and verse 5. Let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 3 and verse 5. All right. This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 3 and verse 5. It says, and gave us a body unto Adam without a soul. You see, because Adam had a body, man, but he was spiritually dead. It says, and gave us a body unto Adam without a soul, which was the workmanship of thy hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee. So what made Adam live was the commandments, man. That's the breath that the Lord blew into the Lord, man. In fact, let's get that. Let's go to Genesis, because I didn't start off with that. All right, I want to wait till later on. Let's go to Genesis chapter 2 and verse 7. We're kind of breaking down little Adam and Eve. We're kind of breaking these breaking this meat down. It's a lot of meat. I'm just really skipping over a lot, but it's a lot of meat in Genesis chapter 1, 2, and 3, man, and 4. All right. Genesis chapter 2 and verse 7. It says, and the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living soul. All right. So we just gave you 3 or 4 precepts showing that the breath of life goes into the law, statutes, and commandments of God. All right. That is the breath of life. Okay. Let's get 1 John chapter. This is the last breath precept. All right. Just to kind of, this is like a side precept. Let's get John chapter 6 and verse 63. Let's get St. John chapter 6 and verse 63. All right. This is the book of St. John chapter 6 and verse 63. It says, it is the spirit that quickeneth, man. It's the spirit of this Bible, and you're finna see what the spirit is. The spirit is what make you alive, man. Because we were all spiritually dead. All right, until the Lord blew his commandments back into us, man. All right, it is the spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life, man. From Genesis to Revelation. This is what make you live in the spirit, man. All right. So the Lord blew these scriptures back into our soul. He opened our mouth and gave us CPR, man. The Lord gave us spiritual CPR, man. So when you read Genesis chapter 2 and verse 7, it says, and the Lord formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed unto his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul, man. So the Lord just didn't blow air. He didn't blow air into Adam, man. It was his commandments. All right. Hope y'all understood that. Now, we broke down what naked is and why they were naked. All right. And then how they were covered with the commandments. All right. I could go get that out of Job chapter 1, how how Job had to make sacrifice for his children. He had to atone for his children's sins by damn sacrificing animals, man. All right. So the Lord clothed them with coats of skin, man, and took off the cheap ass fig leaves. All right. And a lot of us still trying to patch on fig leaves, man. All right. Well, we just need to keep the commandments. All right. All right. Now let's go into clothing. What is clothing in the scripture? What does clothing mean in the scriptures, man? All right. Let's get Sirach chapter 27 and verse 8, man. So it's our last little spiel. We're gonna touch on what wine is after this. It's so many. Like I could really make a part 3 of this class, man. All right, it can really be a part 3, but we're gonna keep it like this, man. All right, let's get Sirach chapter 27 and verse 8. All right, this is the book of Sirach chapter 27 And verse number 8, and it reads, if thou followest righteousness, thou shalt obtain her and put her on as a glorious robe, man. So we have to put on righteousness as a glorious robe. All right. And what is righteousness, man? All right. Is somebody in the chat? What is righteousness according to the Bible, man? Somebody in the chat, what is righteousness according to the Bible, man? It says, please make a part 3, Officer Rakai, because you skipped a few precepts. Oh, I did skip, but you know what? Because some of them precepts, it was just fruit precepts. You know? It was just fruit precepts. That's right, Sister Daya. Yeah, it was just fruit precepts, and it was just like, it's just repetitive. Okay? It was going to be real repetitive. So sometimes I do have to cut down. I'm trying to make my classes shorter. So, you know, sometimes it's needful to cut down precepts. That's right, Sister Daya. All right? Deuteronomy chapter 6 and 25, the Lord say, put on righteousness, because we're not sacrificing animals no more. The Lord don't care about your damn burnt offerings no more. You read that, was it Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 11? All right. We have to put on the commandments. That's right, brother Ephraim. All right. Well, let's get that. Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 25. It says, and it should be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God, as he have commanded us. All right, so righteousness is keeping the commandments, man. All right, righteousness is keeping the commandments. There's many other precepts. You got Psalms 119 and 172. All right, Luke 1 and 6. All right, there's many precepts, man. So the Lord say, put on righteousness. All right, he had Adam and Eve. First of all, he atoned for their sins, so they could put on righteousness, man. All right, we have to put on righteousness, man. Will you what it said? Ephesians it's like it. Ephesians 5:26. Hold on. Let me get this, y'all. Let me get this real quick. We putting on, even when we putting on the armor of God, man. All right. Even when we're putting on the armor of God in when we go to Ephesians chapter 6. Now we're not gonna read all this, but Ephesians chapter 6, verses 10 through 20, man. It's putting on the armor of God, man. All right? You're putting on righteousness. You're putting on truth. You're putting on faith. You're putting on the spirit. All right? All right? You're putting your helmet of salvation on, man. All right? And you got the sword of the damn spirit. These are not physical garments. These are spiritual. Okay? So, let's go back. So, we're breaking down clothing in the Bible and righteousness clothing. Let's go to Job chapter 29 and verse 14, man. Let's go to Job 29 and 14. I'm going to show y'all how to wear spiritual clothing, man. Y'all have to wear spiritual clothing to protect yourselves from Satan. Man, Satan been on my ass. I'm going to tell you this week, man. Shoot. And it's just Wednesday. Satan been, damn drilling me, man. I'll praise to the Most High, man. Hey, man, when you really going through stuff, man, I ain't finna start all the stuff I've been dealing with this week, man. I know everybody got their own stuff, but I just want y'all to know, hey, if you ain't going through nothing, you ain't in this truth, man. Hey, if you ain't going through stuff just happening, all right, you keeping the commandments the best you can, stuff happening, all right, hey, that means that the Lord is dealing with you, man. All right, that means that the Lord is dealing with you. Job 29 and verse number 14. And it reads, the king, Salakia, I'm in Proverbs. How did I get there? I did the same thing earlier. Salakia. This is Job, y'all. Job chapter 29 and verse number 14. It says, I put on righteousness and it clothed me. My judgment was as a robe and a diadem, man. So, like I say, Adam and Eve were naked because they took off righteousness, man. Okay, these are the plain thing. This is the next level when you getting out of the milk to get the deeper understanding of the scriptures, man. Let's get Revelation chapter 3 and verse 4. Let's get Revelation real quick. We at the end, y'all. Revelation chapter 3 and verse 4. We almost there. We almost there. Revelation chapter 3 And let's start at verse 4. It says, thou hast a few names, even in Sardis, which have not defiled their garments, and they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy. He that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before the angels, man. Let's get another one. Let's get Revelation 7 and 13, man. Let's get Revelation chapter 7 to 7 and 13. Let me see. It's like it. Yeah, Revelation 7 and 13. It says, and one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these robes? It says, what are these which are arrayed in white robes, and whence came they? And they said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, these are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes, and have made them white in the blood of the Lamb, man. So this is just going into keeping the commandments. Christ didn't die for nothing. Christ didn't die for us to do what the hell that we want to do on the earth. You sitting up, rolling the blunt. Well, Christ know, because this is how I was as a Christian. Yeah, Christ know my sin. God know me. And I put the nasty blunt in my mouth. I'm sitting there talking to blunt at nighttime, and I'm looking at the stars. I'm looking at the stars, talking to God. Lord, I know you up there. I just thank you for everything you do for me. You know, I mean, I would literally do that, man. All right. So we have to give up our body as a living sacrifice, man. This is what it's going into. And the white robes, white represents cleanness or keeping the commandments, man. All right. And the Edomites are not white; they're red. Okay. Adam and Eve also wasn't just two individuals. What do you mean by that, Patty Cooks? What do you mean Adam and Eve also wasn't just two individuals? And then two should be TWO, Patty. You mean like the number two? Because they were two individuals. All right. Anyways, let's move on, man. Let's move on. So now we're being close. Let's get Revelation 3 and 17. Let's go back to 3. Let's get Revelation 3 and 17. Okay? And it reads, because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched, man. That's how we know, because wretched is the same as ratchet. All right? Because a lot of people think they are lit. It says, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. What does it mean to be blind, man? We can get that in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 28 through 29, man. Being blind and groping in noonday, meaning that you have no light. That means you don't have the commandments to guide you. That's what being blind is. It says, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. You're in transgression. Does it mean right here in Revelation chapter 3, you naked? You just outside, just dingling around. You just outside dingling around, man. Naked, man. No, it means that you're in sin. So I'm going to tell y'all, when y'all start hearing these words, you know what they mean now. And y'all should have the precepts to go to these things, man, to break these things down. It says, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness, because you clothed with righteousness now, and the shame of your, because man, before we was in the world, we were all shamed in our nakedness, man. All right, some of us wasn't even shamed in our damn nakedness, man. We was just out there naked and not knowing what was going on, man. All right, not even knowing who we are. All right. It says, in white raiment that thou mayest be clothed, and that thy shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thy eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see, man. That we may see, man. All right. So let's get one more naked precept. Let's get Ecclesiastes 9 and 8. One more naked precept. I'm gonna break down what wine mean in the Bible, and then that's gonna be it. Okay, let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 8. All right. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9 and verse 8. It says, let thy garments be always white, and let thy head lack no ointment. And your head is going into your mind. Okay? And like I did a hygiene class too. I mean, because the Lord do expect for you, you have some kind of physical appearance that's cleanly. All right? And even Christ say, when you fasting, hey, man, anoint your face with oil, man. Don't be walking around all ashy. You know how brothers be fasting? They walk around ashy, your lips ashy. All right? And you just walking around, I'm fasting, because you want to be seen. No. Lord said, when you fast, man, make yourself look like something, man. All right? And walk upright like a God. And like a God that's on this earth, man, while you fasting, man. Okay? But it says, let thy garments always. It says, let thy garments be always white, and let thy head lack no ointment. And the ointment is the understanding of the scriptures, man. Don't let your head lack the understanding of these scriptures, man. All right, y'all should always be hungry and thirsting for this word, man. All right? Let's break down wine. What is wine in the scriptures? When you read brothers is drinking wine, if y'all want to understand Isaiah, y'all have to understand Isaiah, all these prophets. Y'all have to understand what these words mean, man. So let's break down wine, and then we're gonna wind it on down, man. All right, let's get Revelation chapter 18 and verse 2, man. I'll show y'all what wine is, and when you drinking wine in the scriptures, what does that mean? Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you, man, these scriptures 2 or 3 fold. Because even when Yahweh turned water into wine, man. All right, and it was the best wine in there, man. In the party, man. Because normally in the party, you drank the good wine first, and then as the party go on, you put out cheap stuff. But they had ran out of wine. I think it was a wedding event, and Christ made a whole new picture of damn wine, man, for everybody. Probably a big ass damn barrel. I forgot the unit of measurement. All right, but the Lord made new wine, man. All right, but let's see what wine, because even that is deeper, man, than on the surface level. All right, let's get Revelation chapter 18 and verse 2, man. Let's get Revelation chapter 18 and verse 2. It reads, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and it's become the habitation of devils, and the hole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird, man. You hear that? It says, man, look, all the stuff we've been learning, even in here, there's little there's similitudes in these little words. It says, and it's become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. So does it mean it's somebody sitting there with a damn bird cage with a bunch of evil birds on the inside of it? No, man. All right? Those birds are going into damn people, man. All right? And a cage, because a bird would be considered a beast. All right? And we know beasts are considered men in the scriptures, man. Okay? Verse 3, it says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, man. So wine is going into a philosophy. When you hear about people drinking wine, when even in Proverbs, like drink wine, okay? Or don't drink from this well. When you're reading wine in the scriptures, is going to a philosophy or a doctrine, man. Okay? For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, man. All right? Because we all drank the wrath of damn Babylon. We spiritually fornicating against the Most High God. Out here wilding out, man. Being whoremongers, all right? Not just physically fornicating, but just breaking the commandments, being niggas out here, man. All right? It says, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. So this is going into Babylon the Great. This is going into America, man. All right, this is a future prophecy of America. In fact, this is happening right now. All right, America taught the whole world to go out. America taught the whole world to be part of the Fruit Loop game. Anybody can marry anybody and anything. If I want a tree, I could go hump a tree. I could they teach you bestiality. All right, and they slowly leading pedophilia into this thing. All right, they making it legal for you to damn be with damn children damn near, right? It's lucky I'm under the weather, right? America teaching us all these things. That's considered wine. All right, that's considered the philosophies of this nation, man. All right, and it says all nations have drunken off America's wine, man. Now you got people from all over thinking it's okay to be part of the Fruit Loop game, man. You got people all over, and they want to be horse thoughts and damn get BBLs, and because these are the things that America, what do you call it? What's the word? These are the things that America push, man, and they push it to all these other nations, man. All right, they trying to push the damn alphabet gang in Africa, and them Africans like hell nah, man. Y'all ain't finna come over here and make us be damn Fruit Loops. All right, but this is what that's going into. That's considered wine. Let's get another one. Let's get Revelation chapter 14 and verse 7. To like it. So Revelation chapter 14 and verse 7. It says, saying with a loud voice, fear God and give glory to him. For the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that have made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters, man. Man, waters, we did that last class. Waters can go into a doctrine, or it can go into a nation of people, man. All right. Verse 8, it says, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is falling. It's falling. Y'all, this is going into America. This is what's coming to this place. All right. It says that great city, because she had made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, man. So drinking wine meaning going into a doctrine, man. All right. Because you got good wine and you have bad wine too, though. Okay. Let's get another one. Let's get Isaiah 51. This is one of my favorites right here. This is one of my favorites, man. What wine? When you reading wine in the scriptures, man, y'all have to think twofold. This is Isaiah chapter 51 and verse number 21. It says, therefore, hear now this, that afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Thus saith the Lord. See, they drunken not with wine. So that's how you know it's not talking about, when you read the scriptures, it's not talking about physical wine all the time, man. All right? It's not talking about physical wine all the time. All right? It says, thus saith the Lord, it says, thus saith the Lord, and the God that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it. So the Lord say, I'm finna take this cup of damn curses that I've been making y'all drink. Here, drink these curses. Here, drink these bills being on your ass. Drink this. Oh yeah, you got some money? Let me bust your tires out. Drink this, drink. It's the cup of the fear of the Lord. All right. Oh, y'all want to break the commandments here? Give me your daughter. I'm finna sell her into damn slavery. And damn Edomites have their way with your son too. Drink that cup. So that's the cup of the fear. Verse 23. It says, but I will put into the hand of them that afflicted thee. So now the Lord is taking that cup that he been giving us. Now that we coming back to keeping the commandments, he's taking that cup from us, and now he's making the Edomites drink it. Here, drink. Now he's making the Edomites and these other nations drinking that cup. It says, but I will put into the hand of them that afflicted thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over. They just walk all over us, man. Got us out on the ground with their damn knee on our damn neck, man. Busting in our house, just shooting us in the face. We in the bed, sleep. You go in there and just, Yaakov was talking about that today. You in the bed, sleep. All right, here. No, not that. You in the bed, sleep, and damn Esau, no, not that. No. You in the bed, sleep, right? And Esau busts up in your house and just start and gun you and your wife down in the damn bed, man. Okay? But the Lord is taking the cup, all right, in that wine that he was giving them, us, and now he's giving it to them. All right. Let's get this last precept, man. Last precept, y'all. Isaiah chapter 55, man. Again, Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 1. It says, ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters. All right. So is this talking about regular water? We know water goes into doctors, man. It says, and he that have no money, come ye, buy and eat. Ye come, buy wine and milk without money and without price. So we know wine, milk, water. This all goes into understanding, man. Okay? This is spiritual food. This is spiritual drink, man. All right? So, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the lesson. I hope y'all understood what I was trying to break down to you about parables and similitudes. All right, like I say, man, this class, I mean, the whole Bible is parables and similitudes. So this class could be 2 or 3 days long, man. This class could literally be 2 or 3 days long, man. Because the whole Bible is parable in similitudes, man. So I hope y'all enjoyed this class. Y'all please like, share, and subscribe. Help us to push this truth all over the globe, man. All right. Brothers and sisters, make sure you pay your alms, man. That's one way of serving the Lord. All right, it's paying your alms, man. Okay, and that's with money, but also you pay alms by being there for your brothers and for your sisters, man. All right, hey, your brothers and sisters might need somebody to talk to, and you being there for them, being able to, and being there feeding them with precepts, feeding your brothers and sisters with spiritual food that they need. That's another way that you can pay your alms, man. Hey, y'all, we appreciate the Cash App and the GoFundMe. All right, we greatly appreciate that, y'all. Like I say, man, we are trying to travel more. We trying to expand. Hey, and we couldn't do it without y'all giving alms, man. So we just want to say thank y'all. All right, trying to see is there anything else I can't think of right now. But at the end of every class, the Battle Axe, we always give a law because we are the law keepers. All right, and we're the law givers. Hey, and in the kingdom, man, we even gonna teach the heathen how to do the commandments. All right. If they don't want to keep the commandments, hey man, the Lord say, hey man, we're gonna rule over them with rods of iron, man. You gotta understand, we have to be masters in the law. So I thought this law was good. This is a good precept for this class. This is Revelation chapter 1 and verse 3. All right, it reads, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy," because you have to hear the words of this prophecy. All right, you can't just open up a prophecy and think you're gonna get the understanding. That's why I went over this class. All right, and you blessed if you do see it and you do understand it. It says, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand." Ain't that much time left, y'all. All hell is about to break loose on the earth. All right, and with that, I'm gonna say shalom, Israel, shalom. Y'all have a great rest of the week, man.